Okay, perfect. Hi, hello. Howdy. Hope things are good for y'all. Welcome, welcome. It's Saturday. So this is gonna be a little funkier than usual for some reasons I'll explain, but uh, today I want to do another just sort of looking over new Pokemon cards, new Pokemon art, having a fun time, checking out our fun little guys and seeing how they look. That's basically it. I just like doing these because it gives me an excuse to look at new Pokemon cards. But I hope you get to join me on this journey too. So, uh, because of some changes that have occurred within Pokemon TCG Live, we're not able to use Pokemon TCG Live anymore as a source material, so I'm having to use recommended me by Indigo. This website, which has a lot of nice tools, like really really happy with how this like works. I'm not familiar with like Pokemon like infrastructure, you know, the Scryfall of Pokemon. So, but this doesn't have the same search stuff, but it does have what I want, which is the ability to look at a Snivy in HD. So, I've got my cursor visible so we can kind of poke at a Snivy. But yeah, so within... Also, let me know if music's too loud or quiet. It should be, like, audible next to me. I'm just letting the Black-White soundtrack play because the sets we're looking at today, Black Bolt and White Flare, are incredibly black and white focused. We have a ton of alt arts, and we have a ton of Pokemon to look at, and you can see Snivy right here. But yeah, so shoutouts both to Indigo and hold on, that I went too close to the sun, and that okay, that's fine. That's fine. There. But yeah, PCCGL updated how they do their like card decks. Basically, effectively, it's like if you don't own a card, it's like shadowed out, so you can't really see it. And also, the sort is different now, and it's not in the shop. So, yeah, decks, DEX, not decks, as in card decks. Anyway, let's enjoy this Snivy, shall we? The Snivy looks very polite. I don't think of Snivy as a terribly polite Pokemon. Like, a lot of that comes from, like, Snivy in the anime, and how Snivy acts. And also, like, just the line in general, superior, feeling above you. But this is a very polite Snivy. It's just hanging out in this nice little grove. A lot of these nice. If I go up too high, I think we'll break it. So I don't want to go too high up there. But yeah, we got the blue and green leaves. Very polite. We have a lot to go through today. So today, let's talk about this set. The set is two sets. Black Bolt and White Flare are two separate releases, which is how things are done in Japan, but hasn't been the case of how things are released globally past that. And so, not only are these big sets, but we also have alt arts of everyone. Everyone gets an alt art instead of the usuals. So White Flare's down here. So we have a lot to go through. I don't know that we're gonna make it through both Black Bolt and White Flare, but I'm certainly gonna see where we go. Anyway, hi Snivy. Ooh, our nice again like, this is more treetop Servine. If I go, like, okay, this actually does let me go left and right on keyboard here. But yeah, just hanging out. Very tiptoe. Very cute. Sort of blending in a little bit with our very, like, canopied area. I like that. Moves around the ground of his sliding. Alright. But it wouldn't be Snivy and Servine without, as I mentioned before, our buddy. Okay, we got a big one. Superior EX. Attacks used by your Pokemon do 20 more. This doesn't have a once on it. A lot of these update, like I think the one we saw for Hop had like a this only applies once. When we were looking a couple sets back on the Hop cards. This one doesn't have that. It also... Huh. That is a... So, there, I remember playing... God, was this Metagross? It was... Metagross had like a Tutor 5 GX attack you use as your once per game. And... every time you used it, it didn't actually tutor 5, it just made your opponent play a judge. This isn't this just happens if you have a way of getting up to this, and this triple colorless actually stands out for one of the cards I do know in this set. Tutor 3 and big damage. The damage is actually, so 150 is... just the base here because it's got the 20 applied. 170 makes this a 2-hit on most things. So not only could this just be your win con itself, but it tutors up whatever your follow-up is. Seems pretty good. Again, I think that Pokemon, especially EXs, want to be like things that you can see the vision of. See the deck you want to build, and Superior here like is like, okay, here's plan A, and what's plan B gonna be when you like follow this up, which I think is a good question to have. Yeah. Welcome to Black and White, where we have our starters, but we also have the monkeys. This is a nice relax. I like the water droplets on the leaves up here because we're in this, you know, pretty big storm, and we're just, but like Pansage here is just sort of looking. These monkeys are, let's call them notorious. Let me actually pull it up. I have the, so, there was the old, Pansear, like, least popular, like, Pokemon bit, but also just, like, from their game. These were a way of introducing, like, elemental, like, weaknesses, but on Pokemon that aren't terribly, like, I don't know, not exciting, but, like, on a trio. Singular thought. If I pull up, do I have it? Yeah, so Bulbapedia puts out, every month puts out, like, little notes about, like, the bottom and top Pokemon, pages that are visited, in the year, to date. And the trio of Simisear, Simisage, and Simipour are still in that bottom 10. I think I can quick pull that up here just for a for your own perusal. I think they do their job perfectly. Like, Especially for for the trio, the first gym. That's their entire point. Especially with like how Black and White is structured as a game. But anyway, back to Pansage, who is hanging out. Three are together. This is maybe the most basic. Eating a leaf from its head whisks its weirdness away as if by magic. Love to eat leaf. Okay. Civis Age here. Relaxing. I can feel it. Like, take a look at this. Like, yeah, you know what? It's a fine day out. It's not raining. It's nice and clear. I got all the berries I want. I just get to hang out. Maybe have a gentle slap. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna see we have a lot of black-white. I think, well, I don't know if it's entirely black-white in the setup. We'll see as we go through, but like, that's our focus. Which is funny because the set is called like Scarlet and Violet, Black Bolt, White Flare. Yeah! Petlil. Petlil's very tiny, very camouflaging, very hiding. We've got like the after a storm or maybe the morning dew here is where Petlil's just sort of, you know, making sure not get caught out. Pet's invincible. Yeah. I like the leaves on the head almost matching the leaves on the like foliage we see here. Someone resilient to tasting these leaves. Yeah, we mentioned this one here. The leaf growing on its head is very bitter. Eating a leaf from its head whisks weariness away as if by magic. Leaves on its head are very bitter. That's the same... Okay, whoever wrote the Pokedex is just like... We got the one person always writing these entries just like, yeah, you know, gotta taste the leaves. You gotta know, right? Anyway. Lilligant. Lilligant, I like the way we've moved from you know, again, Petlil hiding and Lilligant, like, just out here in this field having an excellent day. Pokemon is popular with celebrities. I feel very relaxed looking at the, like, field that we're in. I know our angle puts us below, like we have the camera on the ground looking up at the floating Lilligant. The attack on here is very funny. So paralysis is something you can't get automatically because you could, like, put someone in the unrecoverable hole. So this does it on a coin flip, but it does something good on all coin flips. Like, you get the paralysis and poison on heads, but you also still get the confusion on tails. That's cute. I like that as a move. Oh. Maractus. Ooh. Okay. First things first, I gotta say about our Maractus art here, thank you, Bingo, is the color of the backgrounds and the color of the Maractus just feels very vibrant. I like the huge different berries that we have, and like, in Pokemon we have dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds at this point of, I think we actually do break into hundreds when I think about it, but like, we have so many berries, and like, they're all defined. So like, each of these, you see like the melon berry, the berry with the melon handle, if you recognize the little melon handle right below the Maractus. But just like, Maractus is having such a great time here, and then that art ties into our attack too, which is like, if this Pokemon was healed, you hit for 120. So like, if the Maractus eats a berry, then you get to do, like, the cool thing with your Maractus. Though, anything you do with the Maractus is a cool thing. They're very fun. But yeah, I just really like the like, very vibrant stand we're at here. Ah! Ooh! Now, yeah. I'm so happy to look at this. We got the teeth on Carablast. We got the Shelmet. Ooh, we even have like the ability that cares about the Shelmet too. That's very cute. The way that these interact and the way that they evolve, allowing you to just jump up. If you have Shelmet around for the Carablast to evolve up into up from. That's cute. Also, the art's really good too. Like the again, we have like the rain going on here, continual theming of our art here. But we also have like the Carablast reflection in the puddle. We have the Shelmet in the background making a little smoochy face. You know, you can see the route we're at. I'm worried that Carablast is about to trip, but. This one is the first one that made me giggle to see, and I'm very happy about that. Oh, okay. Remember, sets and evolutions don't have... This is all by set number, and set number is by type, so we might be seeing friends in the future, as it stands. This is a beautiful little fungus. I like how, like, we're clearly in, like, the bottom of like a dense forest, and we have all these bioluminescent mushrooms. This thing does the Pokemon video game thing where Carablast and Shelmet are in opposite packs. That's funny. I guess that's a funny thing to do. Oh. Sorry, I'm thinking about Furret. Anyway. The song has nothing to do with Furret. Like, the town has nothing to do with Furret. But the song is Furret now. It's just how it is. Anyway, I like the waving on the fungus. But I really like the coloration, the shadowing, and, like, how we have the light coming from all these light mushrooms. And you can see the shadow down here of, like, there's because of the light source. And the light source being cool mushrooms, I think is cute. Do we have an Amoonguss? Ooh, big! Now this is like, it's funny because like Amoonguss is not terribly huge. You can see 2 foot here. Are these guys the closest that Pokemon comes to mimics? Voltorb would also be on that list. Voltorb and Amoonguss both, like, you know, like, are matching a Pokeball shape. This one much more actively. So. But yeah, you can see, like, the definitely a mimic. But I like this Amoonguss looks taller than Amoonguss is. Yeah. But I like that we're on top of a hill. We're on top of the world. Amoonguss, likes the dangerous reaction from our previous buddy. Not the Maractus, the Lilligant. Poison, Fuse, and then you can use that to, if that sticks, you get the special condition. Or you can use Toxic Spore and then evolve up into Amoonguss. Okay, one of the conceits we're gonna have is that these are sorted by type. So, V-Force! When we move on to types, we're gonna have to manually do it. Oh, I guess that's true. Like, Amoonguss and Voltorb are like Pokeball mimics, but you actually just do have a treasure chest, like Goblin. Anyway, Victini here with the V for victory. This isn't doing so I associate Victini with coin flips and winning coin flips. I like our, like, way up in the sky view here. You can see, like, where we're kind of, like, fisheye lensing it. The curvature of the Earth back here, giving us the, like... Yeah. Like, the curvature giving us a long look at this. You can see a boat down here, landing off the lighthouse. Huge fan of the 8 different ways V's are implemented in Victini's design, like here, and here, and here. Yeah. But you need to have a full 5 on your bench in order for V-Force to work. If you have 4 or fewer bench Pokemon, this can't hit. It's said that trainers of Victini always win. So if you bring the full squad, Victini is here with you. 120 on a basic, that's real. So, but yeah, I associate Victini. I like the fisheye look here. I like that a lot. Darumaka here, just big stepping. And when I say big stepping, I'll note the fun thing with this track is that this is repeating because you can add the instruments into it. You can hear the different instruments that get added in if you go to this town. Yeah, but no, I love Darumaka here. Like, look at the big stepping. Like, this is not... When I say big step, I mean look at the distance between these big steps. We're heading through the desert. This is the desert on the south side of the continent. Right as you're coming out of Castile. I have to remember... I'm remembering town names because I associate them more with the gyms, not the towns. Because you're coming out of Bugsies. Anyway, I love our looking directly at us, coming up from the Castelia. I remember because of the Castelia cone. That's why I remember it. That's but yeah, what a fun little buddy. These are like these are the little things that like you fill in one eye when you start a goal in your life, and you fill in the second when you finished it. Darmantian here. Now we're running. Now we're booking it. We're in the same like area here. We even have the same artist, same styling on our backgrounds. We have a lot more speed going on here, whereas Darumaka is like jump, 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 jump. Darmantian here is moving, is grooving, is just. We can see the hop going on. Very cute. Also hitting hard. Yeah, what a good buddy. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Larvesta. Oh, I love the dried out like ground here for our this like this combined with the petals and the like sort of like eye really produce a specific mood. This is Twilight. Larvesta's out here alone. Yeah, has been to the end of the world and back. This is like a very specific feeling of like that the art is making me feel about like Larvesta being out here. Volcarona, is one of my 3 favorites. The one we'll be seeing in this generation. Metagross and Melodic are my other 2. But this is the one from here that you get to see. That's such a great little buddy. Great enough that they made multiple versions. The Torch Pokemon. I like this look a lot. Like the art, like the coloring, like the feeling it evokes. Alright. And then here we have the Volcarona, the rays of the sun. We have a lot of color coming off of Volcarona here, which is great. You can see the fires being pushed off. Oh, and that matches our scales. Discard a basic fire energy to force a burn. That's neat. You can force a condition. There's some ways that you can make use of that. And also ways that you might want fire energy in the grave. It doesn't have to be active to do that. Obviously, it wouldn't stack. There's no point to that, but yeah, I like the Volcarona. To me, one of the things that drew me to it is that it's also very, like, mysterious as a Pokemon in black and white, existing in the bottom of these ruins. Is it just a dot? Burn is... So poison is 10 damage every turn swap. Burn is 20 on a coin flip every turn swap. So, like, it's the same expected value, but it also stacks with poison, and so... But, like, other things might care about special conditions. So... But yeah, lovely. A very different mood, too. We're in the ancient ruins here, too, outside of Castelia. Like, up north of Castelia. Like, but the purples on them look great. Again, we're back at, like, the night, and then Volcarona is our source of light in this, like, after Larvesta is, you know, at the twilight hours. Because Volcarona's the sun. It is said that Volcarona's fire provided a replacement for the sun when volcanic ash darkened the atmosphere. That's how bright this thing is. Lovely. Alright, that's fire. Let's move on. Fire just got our 3. Now, if you're wondering where our other starters might be, remember this is a split set. Remember, we didn't have, you know, Pansear, Simisear, because yeah. So we'll be seeing the rest of them. I think this is the exact same text as the other monkey, which it should be. The way that Panpour, Pansear, Pansage work, they all are supposed to be very similar Pokemon, and the typing is what you're learning about them. Do we have, like, a Gentle Slap for 70 on our evolution too? Yeah, Gentle Slap 70. Okay. So these are keeping the idea of Panpour, of Simipour, Simisage, Simisear, where these are the same card, but, like, the element is what matters. So they can, yeah, colorless attack means you could have them anywhere. So yeah, I like that these might be, like, low impact, not huge, just like oh, I want to build around them, but they communicate the idea well, and they're also, you know, they're just having a nice time. Both Panpour and Simipour are relaxed, happy, carefree. We're out here at this nice river. We can see that, again, Mukuratami on both of these, with these really nice backgrounds for here we have, like, a more garden-esque, and then we have, like, the flowing creek river here. So We got Timpole with angry. Okay, okay, they look like angry eyebrows like here, like you can see like angry, but like if you rotate the Timpole in your mind or you rotate your head, they're not angry because the angry eyebrows would be like here, if they were here. They're actually like a little more like scared eyebrows, which, you know, warding of danger. Yukihiro here has this. I like the again the lily pad Pac-Mans over here, which do look like good Pac-Mans, by the way. I know they're lily pads, but like these look like pretty good Pac-Mans. But Timpole and friends are fun. The evolution up is a fun one. What a cute, really large for what feels like a little buddy. I wonder how much of that is the tail. I always think of Timpole as like one of the smallest Pokemon that can be, but 1/8 is pretty big. Palpitoad here. This is so. This is named as such for like palpitation. We have vibrations because Seismitoad is our last one. It's like seismic waves and such. So like that's where we get the we also have round coming out of here because that's like our sound type move. So we're fitting pretty well with the idea of what Seismitoad's line does. Seismitoad EX, I have to Timpani for the Timpole. It's worth noting for Seismitoad that Seismitoad is one of those notorious Pokemon from the history of the TCG. If you're familiar with Badoo, currently, the free attacker that stops items, Seismitoad was that card. So... yeah, oh, this is the only one with rounds? Okay, so you're all in on... I wonder if we get Seismitoad with round as our top it, and I like the way that the world is sort of... you can see everything, like, Palpitoad fitting directly into this hole. Maybe there's stuff behind Palpitoad, but we not know. Maybe there's the big size hole. You can hear this. This is like the vibrations of like in here you can see a little bit. Here you don't get a lot. You get like the wind actually a little bit more. But I can feel Seismitoad making the rumble that Seismitoad does here. You can see the like kind of like marsh we're in shaking with the lake like that. You can see coming off of the Seismitoad, which maybe turns this a little more. Pretty great. Again, we have a different, not quite a fisheye view on this one, but you can see that we have a definite, like, again, a curve on what we're looking at. Maybe a fisheye, but not at the same, like, layer. But yeah, big round. Again, this tells you what you want to be doing with our Seismitoad here, buddy. Get enough that this could do 1 or 2 hits. I believe that's just a tree back here. I don't see any other Pokemon in this art for Palpitoad. Anyway, thank you, Seismitoad. Ah! Tirtouga here, which has a fossil evolution. We'll get to that when we get to trainers. Ancient Seaweed. Ooh, this is a nice looking turtle buddy. I like, again, we're underwater. We've got this sun shadow, and we can see like that. We've got the very clear vision on where our Tirtouga lives. An attack that actually can scale pretty quickly. There are decks where that's going to be really dangerous. There are decks where it's not going to be as much, because like anything that's opponent dependent is hard to like control. But, like, that is something that I can see being pretty beefy. Fossil Pokemon are always harder to use in the TCG. You like, they're harder to tutor and harder to set up. You need to have, like, a specific fossil, and usually that's not as easy to get as, like, a basic Pokemon. So they tend to be stronger in different ways. Well, like, because that payoff needs to be high enough for you to want to do them. And sometimes they have their own support cards too. Fossil dig, like fossil dig style things, like that can search fossils. So, good buddy. Anyway, let's get to Carcosa. I like that we've moved, like, we're off the sea here. We are just standing, looking. Got a little bit of Carcosa here is intimidating, I would say. Large, like, you know, like 311 isn't large, but I still can feel it from the look and stance. I'm sure they're real fun to hang out with, though. Mighty Shell, prevent all damage and effects of attacks that special energy attach to them. That's Poofa. Okay. So again, talking about, like, specific deck counters, that's one that, like, there are a number of worlds where, like, a deck could be completely stuffed by that. Especially with Big Bite being able to keep something in the active. Special energies are, like, ebb and flow based on what exists. I'm more familiar, like, the era I'm most familiar with, which is our like, black and white X and Y era. Special energies were everywhere. Every type had their own special energy for that type, and then we also had, like, other types like plasma energy, double energy, etc. Because, like, in that era, the, like, fighting special energy just did, like, 20 more damage. The steel one blocked damage. The grass one made you immune to special conditions. And, like, double dragon was a thing then too. So, like, something like this existing in a world like that would stuff, like, I feel like 80% of decks, like, a lot of decks would just be, like, hard stuffed by this. They'd have to, like, work on your bench, which is the way you work around it. You can blank abilities, you can work on the bench, stuff like that. I don't know how that fully plays out these days. I think it's like from look and feel, I'm not familiar with, like, top level competitive stuff, but I am familiar with just, like, the cards that we've looked at, and there aren't a ton of those. There are still, like, powerful special energies, but they're not, like, ubiquitous. Anyway, Victory Turtle. Let's move on. Oh. Alomomola. 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 It's a palindrome. This fish is bigger than you think. Yeah, because this is this is Mola Mola, but it's a Loma Mola. Once during turn, if this is active, you can put a basic from your discard onto your bench. Oh, so this is like Loma Mola can, like, set up and revive setups that really need, like, continuous basics or something like that. Big if they live long enough, true. But, like, thinking about, like, the Tim poles, you want those around for the round, so, like, maybe you want a way to recover them. No relation to Love Disc. But also, it's like, the idea is that it has, like, the healing bit, and so it revives from, same as its damage. I think that's cute. As for our art, I like our Alomomola. I'm gonna trip over Alomomola because the double mo. Alomomola. Yeah. Ooh, this one is great. We have a much, like, the more simpler background where we just have the moon floating in the air. and the icy stalagmites coming out of the ground, and then our sad Cubchoo with a big snot bubble. It's not feeling great. Snotted up. But yeah, this is cute. I like this one gives us a lot more focus on the cute Cubchoo here. I like it being simple with the moon floating very close here. Yeah, fantastic moon indeed. I like it a lot. Ooh, Beartic got to follow too. Okay, that's great. We're you know, again, same location, same feeling, got that same moon even. The moon still hanging up. Oh, again, these are, like, we are in black-white, by the way. Like, this set is black-white focus. We have everyone is here. Every Pokemon from Black and White has a card in here. And as we'll see later, more than a card in here. Sheer Cold is pretty cool. That's nifty. During your opponent's next turn, defending Pokemon can't use attacks. That sounds like unbeatable, but you have to remember that defending Pokemon refers to what you hit. So if you knocked it out, whatever comes in doesn't have this applied. Obviously, it didn't get hit by the Sheer Cold. It's not knocked out like that. Also, then Continuous Headbutt has the Misty from Pokemon Pocket, sort of, yeah, or Eevee, I think, is the card from Pocket that you would do this with, where if you just wanted to win, you're like, well, you know, I'll win every 1 in 16. So Misty is the card that does it with energy, the same flipping coin until you miss tails. Eevee's the one who does it as an attack. Though there are a lot more Eevee now. So. Oh, this is so nice looking. I like Cryogonal here having like this like very Arctic feeling. We can see the sky with the like the curtains waves up here, and the coloration of the like looks like autumn trees. This is really nice. Cryogonal just pulls you in, hit you. Not much else, but pull you in, bonk you. Looks like an in-universe diagram of the water cycle. Yeah, kinda. Where we see all these different elements. See, we have the sun, the earth, the night sky, the frozen clouds. A lot of these, and like the sparkles that Cryogonal has around. Very cool. Nah, the damage and pull in here is pretty low. This is like, if you want to have a way to force someone in, it does it for cheap. Maybe disruptive, pull somebody in that they weren't expecting. The damage is pretty low for this. Hey, buddy. So, remember what games we're looking at. We're looking at Black, White, which does mean we have Kyurem here from our Black, White 2. This attack does 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each prize card your opponent has taken. Oh! So if you're behind, Kyurem just starts going wild. Like, now your opponent's down to 1 or 2 prizes, left, and this hits for 40 or 50 sweep. that gets dangerous. Especially because, like, that's the point where you might want, like, a comeback like that. All of a sudden, like, the little damage you were applying adding up for Kyurem to perfectly sweep. One of those, like perfect moment sort of cards. That's cute. Pretty big. Pretty nice. Kyurem's cool. Focus of our Black, White 2. Where Team Plasma Remnants are using. I don't know what I call Colress. Kyurem doesn't have any of the fusions? Okay, in these... we've seen... Yeah, in these two sets. Yeah, we don't have the pair. Still, I like this. This is a fun card. I like seeing this and being excited about a move like that and be like, oh, alright then. Alright, back to Panpour. Let's move on. We gotta keep pace, so we're gonna be moving pretty quick. We got 2 sets. Oh, look at our buddy. Emolga in black and white, notorious for Elise's gym. You know, it's like, it is the electric gym. I will get it with ground moves. And then, you know, that's not how it plays out at all. But yeah, got the little berry hanging out. We can see, like, is this like Emolga in like natural habitat? Like, do we chill in these little holes in trees? Cute character in the games where Emolga gets big character. That's good. I like the way we're like clasped onto the tree here, about to like make a jump with his berry and then fly. This is the call for family attack is a nice, easy one. Emolga obviously is just here for call some friends and then eat a berry. Oh, hold still. Dynamo. Free retreat yeah, oh, Emolga also has the free retreat, which is important for like, you only want to be in there for 1 turn. Dynamo. So, Dynamo here, we've got, just clearly not the aggressor. Look at, I like the way we're like almost breaking the surface of the waves, but not quite. And we're just chilling, and we got like our you can see this exact view gives us the like the heartbeat sort of thing that's on the side. That's cute. Electric. Electric here is getting to play into the place where stage 1s get to do gnarly stuff. I love to see that. During your turn, you may attach once during your turn, you attach basic electric energy from your discard pile of your bench Pokemon. This is a card you build a deck around. Anytime you see an effect like this, anytime you see like a thing that's like, hey, here's a way to play extra energy. That's like, you can put the note like down on like this is a deck. So yeah, good old electric. We got a very zappy electric here. This is an exact reprint of it. Oh, that's cute. I remembered this from like that era. That's a good thing. One of the things I like with Pokemon TCG, I come up with this a lot, is that we tend to have a defined, like, Pokemon have their own little niche, and sometimes we'll get to repeat that niche. We'll get to see Pokemon kind of rhyming with cards that they've made over the years, where like they'll do things that match what, like, that's just like, oh, this is just the definition of what a Pokemon does, and you having a direct reprint of that, that's cool. Big. And so with Electric, you're here for Electric, Electros. This seems like a panic button hit. You're probably not like using this as your attacker and you're using Electric to feed somebody else. But you have it. You could have it as like a friend. I like the way that we have very different feels on the 3. Very calm. I feel very soothed looking here. This is like, we got the do not bother electric. You'll get zapped if you're being a bother. And Electros is after you've done the bothering, and I'm gonna smack you. Like, what are you doing? The waves are all messed up. The area has been, we've got high tension here. Buzz Flip might do no damage. Might do all the damage. Could do anything. It's cute. That's cute to do like a direct reprint from the Black-White era as well. Ooh, yeah, alright. Cross-armed Thundurus. Thundurus standing on the bridge of a mech. Thundurus ready to like, fire missiles. Thundurus also following what I think of as the legendary setup. 120 to 130 health, a 1 cost attack that ramps, and a 3 cost attack that does like 100 damage with some sort of downside, or maybe less with upside. You know, it's got our legendary setup. It's got a really, you know, the art here has also a very intense feeling. The Thundurus in the Warback hallway. The orbs on this like floating piece around Thundurus, with the like lightning striking around, do create a high amount of menace for Thundurus here. Very cool. And of course, we are in Black Bolt. Ooh, okay. So we had this on Kyurem. I guess we're gonna have this on Zekrom and Reshiram as like that they're gonna have a comeback mechanic. I like that as a uniting force on them, especially with like justice and ideals as like the things of Zekrom, Reshiram, where like I can see I can make a tenuous connection on that. Just mentally, like, yeah, I can feel that. But yeah, so if your opponent has taken 4 prizes, this is 330. They all have the same. Oh yeah, same for stack too. But yeah, 230 everything, and then having some sort of ramp, some sort of pump like this. I like having connections like that between the Pokemon too. It's why I call out when we see like the legendary setup like we had here. I say this as a good thing. I think that like it lets us see what makes them different when they're in like a little template like that. Is Zekrom 30 to itself? All right, well that's electric. Not a lot. We got our friends. You'll notice we're in black and white, but we don't have, like, you know, Galvantula's missing here, and of course we have a white set. So don't if you're looking for your favorite, you know, black and white Pokemon like I am, they'll be here. Oh, Munna, look at this nice field at nighttime. This is our you know, living in the dreamy life here. In Black-White, you one of the first encounters with Team Plasma is them wrangling a Munna. And you help out Professor, who continues to be a character as things go on. Fennel. But I like our field. I like our night. The nighttime is perfect for Munna here, our Dream Eater. Oh my goodness. Musharna. So this is such a nice, yeah, you can search for any number of Fennel cards. I called out Fennel, alright. Yeah, just Fennel's the researcher doing research on Musharna. That's cute. I hope we're gonna. This gives me a lot of feel for like we're gonna get like little nods to Black-White more so like that, which is cute. But yeah, So this is lovely because, like, we have this Musharna sleeping here in our field. We have the flowers coming up, and it's like this, like, reflection on a pool here. Like, again, the night sky. Whereas here we have the actual, but we're dreaming, we're sleeping. Same art, yeah. Same artist on both. Very cute, very lovely. For the drowsing Pokemon. Alright, who's our next friend in Psychic? Okay. Solosis is one of my other favorites within Black and White. This is one of the lines I used in you know, mine. I love this little buddy. It has you might like expect me to if you're familiar. This buddy is very slime friend, you know, lives in a little bubble, and so fits that for me. I like our look here again. We got a nice rainbow down here. It's cute, very sleepy. They can use telepathy to talk with others. Roll out. Yeah. It's nice, very relaxing. Alright, what's the duo? As we're splitting, because this is we call it the mitosis, we're splitting and getting bigger. Search your deck for a card that evolves from this and put it on the... Okay. Duostian here just has, like, quick evolve into our buddy. You're probably not attacking, you're probably moving up the chain. This is a nice, relaxing area here, like the big waterfalls in the back. Oh, this can evolve anybody, yeah. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it on that Pokemon. So you don't necessarily need to evolve here if you don't want to. Okay, cute. That's a nice option to have. Yeah. These are very big, like, floaters, too. You can see, like, we're floating over this lily pad. But, alright, I want to see Reuniclus here. The little baby. I love this little buddy living inside the cell. Again, like, for each of your bench Pokemon, evolve it. I see everyone rise. And then 40 more damage for each evolution Pokemon in play. Oh boy, I understand. Rise. So this could be like in like the coolest world, it's like pick up 5 evolutions, set up like a really direct bench with a lot of helpers and attackers, and then Reuniclus can attack for what? 280? Because this counts itself, it's 40 base plus 40. Because it counts, this is an evolution Pokemon and it isn't 0 base, it's 40 base. So like, 1 energy does a lot of work. It's cute. I love Reuniclus here. I think they're both very cute and very cool design. Also, like, I like on our art, we're in the same location, all 3 points here. I think this is on the north side, near the, not quite near Victory Road, but kind of south of it. Near the Dragon City is where I associate these, because they show up in the wild there. Creature waking up. Yeah, good buddy. Ooh, curious. LGM here. The old green man. That's why it's LGM. Our little alien buddy who lives out in the desert. Move an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of their Pokemon. And Beam. Beam. The idea of the shift just be like we just have to like shift the world so that we've got a slightly different energy setup. But yeah, I like our expression here. That's a really nice like look of like curiosity is the feel I get, and then we're also out in the Castelia Northern Desert area where our monkey friend was running around. BM. Okay, BM has Psychic, the move named Psychic, that does what you expect Psychic to do as a energy punish, which also works with our energy shift from LGM. So you move energy where you want it, and then like Psychic could blast them for it. Very low. Yeah, Psychic is the energy punisher move. Less common acronym for Bug-Eyed Monster. We have the little lights on the hands. You can see them up here too. Ooh, I have to say I like the look of the background, and like we're in like a very dark shadow with the lighting coming from BM here, and like sort of ominous. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Ominous is exactly the feeling I had looking at this, where it's just like the clouds, you can sort of hear the quiet and maybe like there's some sort of like ominous humming coming from BM. This is even out in like maybe a UFO has landed out here. Yeah, daytime, but it's in shadow. Yeah, this is like, this hits a good feeling. Can manipulate an opponent's memory. Yeah, this is good. And the glow. Oh! Best punch. Yeah. Do your best. Golett is always doing their best. They're chilling. This is up again near our this is near the Dragon Tower, the north side of the continent. Where you run into one of the legends. That's where you run into Golett and Golurk. Is in that tower. Best punch. Sometimes they're two ghosts. Sometimes they go for a punch and phase through. Would you describe Golett as VV coded? I like that description. I can I can think of a Golett as like a you know, because no, I can see that as like a living black mage, you know, VV friend. They've mentioned like no one has been able to identify the energy that makes them work. I love Best Punch. That's cute. I can see it. I can see the line. I don't know that it's 100% direct, but I definitely, I'm nodding. This is Slyo in the corner nodding with you. So. Alright, let's go check out Golurk. So, okay, I've talked about Melodic, Metagross, and Volcarona as my favorites. I have a lot of other favorites outside of those three, but like, those are the three that, like, if you're asking me my top three, and, like, if you've heard me talk about, like, Scarlet Violet, you know, about Clodsire and Tickatung and Ceruledge. Ooh, here's an... Oh my goodness, Golurk. This is an exciting-looking Golurk. Ooh, I love this. I love that Golurk is so big that, like, in order for Golurk to fit into the frame, we have the twilight happening from day to night, so we can see like even sort of like the ghostly existence of Golurk. We also have Golurk with its own like giant punch with the Golurk hammer for 5 energy, but for that energy it will get you. If you remove the seal on its chest, it's like the bad guys from Time Ranger, and this thing grows to 100 feet. Don't do that. It doesn't like it when you do that. Its power cannot be contained. But yeah, the size and composition and such of this is great. Awkward edit this to indicate. Pointing. I like Golurk a lot. Meloetta! Ooh! Meloetta has a really unique setup here. If you go first, this Pokemon can attack on turn 1. Oh. 30 damage isn't going to be enough to get the donk, the first turn knockout, if they just leave, like, a basic there. That it would have to hit a solo Magikarp. Your opponent would have to have literally just played singular Magikarp and nothing in their bench, and you could get up for it. 30 damage is enough to do that. But the idea, as you can see with this, is that, like, you set up Meloetta in the active, you put 1 energy, and you echoed voice, and then you just get to go with it over and over for 110 without any other setup following. You don't need to do anything else. I like the music sheets we see here, with the clefs and the notes. And that they extend everywhere on the art. Even down here, we've got our clefs down here. We've got our notes, eighth notes, quarter notes, etc. Yeah, you just put Meloetta out there, and then yeah, you could knock somebody if something at 60 HP was weak to Psychic. That would also do it. Yeah. And back to Munna. I'm excited to see what Fennel's card does with Musharna grabbing multiple of them. Alright, we're in Psychic. Next up. Ooh! What a great... Hey, buddy. Hey, how you doing? Just pops up out of the ground. Hey, what's up? You want some rocks? I got a lot of rocks. Just so happy. Popping out of the ground like this. Drillbur and Excadrill are another of my, like, favorite black and white Pokemon. Again, from, like, having used them in the era. But, like, a lot of the black and white Pokemon are right. Like, that era is one that hits me really, like, directly. Playing both black and white 2. Not a lot of eras where I played the game twice like that, especially in modern days where you don't have the re-release past XY, you don't have, like, the Zs, so. This is our black and white battle theme, but good buddy here. It can dig through the ground at 30 miles an hour. It can give a car a good race. Anyway, let's find out about... Yeah, this would be like your Bianca and Sharon fights. Ooh, we should get Bianca and Sharon. I'm excited about, again, our trainer stuff. Ooh, hell yes, hell yes. Excadrill. Excadrill's a killer. Excadrill's a stone cold killer. Piercing Drill does 60 damage to an opponent's bench Pokemon that has any damage on it. Okay. So you need to have like a little setup of something to punch, but you get, like, the double tap. You get to go bump bonk if there is something for you to hit, and then you start building from there. Okay. And then Rock Tumble just is, this is hit hard. This is just crunch. Time to crunch. The Drill Breaker. Okay, cute. The first one feels like the more of a build. The second one is just like a, alright, I need to knock you down. Yeah, Bianca did have a card I think like 2 sets ago. I remember being like, oh, Bianca's here. Hi. Yeah, love X-Drill. Oh! Yeah, Timber. Timber's helping. Timber's just chilling at the work site. You know, we got some nice logs. You gotta find a good one. I like the smirk on Timber here. That's a good look. It fights by swinging a piece of lumber. It's close to evolving when it can pick it up without difficulty. Yeah, just a good buddy. I love to see, like, Timber and the entire line of Timber are a lot more, like, directly related to humans and cities and such because of, like, the you know, wielding a log or a beam or a pillar. All these, like, specific things that are made, like, man-made. These means they fit into, like, one of my favorite bits was just seeing Pokemon in, you know, like a more human setting where, you know, this is like a construction site sort of thing in my mind. And following up our construction site on Girder, you can see our building, these large structures, and Girder's helping out, able to pick up. We have one of the things that we do see every once in a while with this mill, just as like an incidental piece on there. Maybe that means Conkeldurr will be Big Mill, because it looks like we're sort of moving up. We got low kick and strength, then we got low kick and hammer arm. Are we gonna have low kick and like close combat? No, low kick and could be close combat. I'm gonna go with close combat. Setting up the Donkey Kong level right there, yeah. You know, helping out. You gotta build it. Swing around. Okay. This Conkeldurr is the master. This is so cool. I love the stance where Conkeldurr is holding those two pillars, like, directly horizontal. Like, you know those things are the heavy, like, just like not even moving. And then like the especially the move we've gone from like construction to like a master you've met out in the, you know, walking in the world. This is the Wanderer, you know. Also, oh my. This is such a cool ability. Holy smokes. You can build the largest Conkeldurr, you know? If Conkeldurr has enough energy to use swing around, that's 300. No, sorry. No, that's 300. That's 300 health flat. Go from there. It's thought that Conkeldurr taught humans how to make concrete 2,000 years ago. Back in the age after AZ. AZ did not know about concrete. Confirmed. But yeah, I like the change up here of being out in the stone hills and running into the Conkeldurr, the combat master here. Damn. High throw. Something about the stance and the way that throw is just sort of sitting here. I don't know if I'd say relaxed, but like has this great look of just like, mm-hmm. Shoulder throw does 30 damage less for each retreat. Okay, that's cute. Focus, that's a good, yeah. So shoulder throw, the heavier the Pokemon is, that's one of the things that retreat gets used as, is like large, heavy Pokemon have high retreat, quick, fast, light Pokemon have low retreat. So this gets weaker. Like, so if Throw tries to pick up Snorlax, no, don't do it. Like, don't try to pick up the Snorlax. What are you doing? But if you want to pick up the Emolga or the Tympole, they go flying into space when you do the like you just they're gone. That's cute. That's a again cute way to communicate like a design here. Do we have Sock, or is Sock gonna be in? Sock's probably gonna be in white, right? Like we're gonna swap. We're gonna have them split. Rebel. Yeah? Little buddy. There's just a little buddy hanging out. They got the nice little rock, and they're chilling. I like the Kamiya art here with this dotted style. This is a style we've seen in past, and I like the way that it makes the world look. That it like adds a lot of texture to pieces, I think. And even our Dwebble, not just the world itself. Crustle. Yes. Big. Alright. You got it. If this is at full HP and would be knocked out from an attack, go to 10. It's got the sturdy. It will not fall over. So if you could find a way to like continuously full heal Crustle, you could do it. You could become invincible. Unless you got poisoned, but you know. Yeah, like so yeah, looking at the art on Crustle we have in this like this rocky field, and you can see the wind has this incredible speed to it. You can feel the force of like these things flying by, and Crustle is not moved. Crustle will not be moved in any way by this. Crustle is huge. When competing for territory, Crustle fight viciously. The one whose boulder is broken is the loser. Yeah. Okay, this is a very different style of intimidation to our Thundurus. Landorus here, again, matches what I was talking about, 130 instead of 120, a ramp effect, and then a attack with a bit of a drawback. This damages your bench a little bit. That could be an upside if you have things you want, like to have damage or need to be healed, but generally that's going to be a downside. But like, again, we have a different, like, this guy's bringing the Asura's Wrath. Yeah, that's one of the parts I really like in this look here. So we have in Landorus, I like this, like, kind of like dotted piece here that almost has like a comic panel look to my eye. Piece of this swirling energy around. Like, that's really cool. Along with just like Landorus causing immense, like, you know, swirling power around it. Guardian of the Fields. And back to Drillbur. Alright, next up. Lil Bug. Lil Bug's chilling. Just hanging out. Just we're in like a forest. You can see some light coming through the canopy, but we're just hanging out on this nice rock. Favorite Evo line, yeah. It's a good one. It's a like Venipede here. Just chilling, just poison spraying. Just gonna get you a little bit. I like it, sort of big in frame. I'm glad we got the Venipede likers. That's good. I feel like every Pokemon should have their folks who love it. Oh, Whirlipede hanging out like in a kind of hollowed out tree rolled up with the little angry eye. Our mechanical, we poison with our poison spray, and then we hit hard with the Venoshock if they're poisoned. It spins its body like a wheel. This is the wheel bug. The Curlipede. He's like, what is he, like birch? Sort of like tree look here. You know, with our forest, this is again, a nice look of autumn leaves coming down too. All right, but here's what we're here for. Scolipede. Yeah, I guess I hadn't mentioned the like seasons bit in Black and White, and that's why we've been having a lot of like autumn and winter looks and the rainy season stuff. I love the way we're like reared back here on Scolipede. Sassy is a great word for it. If this Pokemon's in the active spot and is damaged by an attack, the attacking Pokemon is poisoned, no matter what. You'll always get poison in, and then you get 90 plus 90 if you're fighting a thing that's poisoned. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is the Megapede. This one is just got the forest to itself. Favorite bug. It's a good bug. Gotta say, so one of the things I actually like a lot in Black and White is bug type. The bug type Pokemon in Black and White constitute a lot of my favorites. Just from like, you know, Galvantula and Volcarona and like just a lot of really cool bugs, and you know, obviously our continuing bug friends here. Made a lot of cool bugs. Like, that's not to say, like, we didn't have cool bugs before and after. It's just that, like, Gen 5 has a real good hit rate on bug. You know, show me a Heracross and I'll give you a hell yeah. But... Oh! Sandile, Travelin. Sandile. Are we like... It almost looks like we're sort of following Sandile almost like swimming in the desert here. With the way that we're following these waves. We're just sort of like seeing under the sand right here, right? Like this is our dividing line, and then this is the Sandile under the sand, and this is like the snout that you get to see above, doing a little paddle. And then of course we got the harsh sun, which has this nice, like the way that it like isn't quite circular. You can see the blues like kind of mixing in here. That's really good. Sandile's a great line. Big friends. Yeah, this is a very cool desert style for a very cool Pokemon. And then for Krokorok here, we do a completely different look here. Sandile was chilling in the sun in the desert. Krokorok here, we have this again like night sky look with a lens, a curved lens. But you're like, this is like Krokorok is harassing you, sort of like discard 2. Yeah, same artist, by the way. I think that's an important piece of this. That's great. Tighten up. The shades look. Yeah, very different look. Alright, now we have to ask the question. What's Krookodile look like? Yeah, 2 cards discard, like, draw is easy to come by in the game, but that's like, that's an amount. Ooh, oh, the crocodile. Now we're in, again, like we can see the, like, setting sun. That's cool. And we have this really fun, we can now understand what we're doing, by the way, with the discard. We have the tighten up more powerful here, but then we have the cursed slug of just like, you down to low hand, 240. Like, if I'm able to actually get you down to low resources, I will now crush you for it. You can crush an automobile. We talk about cars a lot here. The cursed slug. Just hands you this one slug. Now, it's got to be like a punch, right? How do you get hit by the cursed punch? Ooh, that's dangerous. But you can see the heat in this desert is actually the thing I like here. The, like, sort of mirage of the air, making things look weird out here. That's nice. Alright, back to Venipede. Next up. Yeah! Hey, buddy! So, we saw Karrablast earlier with the Shelmet in the background, and Karrablast had the ability to evolve quick. Let me actually, no, we're not clinking yet. Hold on. We're going back. So here's Karrablast. You can see the Shelmet to allow you to evolve early, out in the rain. And then we, as I said, because of typing, they're in different spots in the set. We just have to deal with that. Escavalier here. So the idea on Escavalier here is that Escavalier can evolve quick if Shelmet's in play. So this is a threat that comes out fast. Escavalier can come out on turn 1 and be attacking for 90, which 90 on like an unevolved Pokemon is a knockout on almost anything that evolves. So like that's the speed threat that Escavalier gives. If all of a sudden you go like, cool, Karrablast and as my opener, evolve, bonk. Like, that can really set off some plans if they can't, you know, if they don't have a Pokemon that lives through that. Obviously, the drawback being Escavalier is not long for this fight, but is going down swinging fast. So, that's cute. Again, also, like we talk about the swinging fast, you can feel the energy and speed on Escavalier here with like the lance attack here. That's cool. Uh-huh. Reversal when Escavalier usually is brawl for the long haul. I like this is Klink in a natural setting and in like a very nature. We have these gears which we obviously associate with like a, you know, I don't know, clockwork sort of building, but like these are just chilling out in the forest. Like, just imagine the world where you like walk around, like you're just taking in the beauty of nature, and you turn a corner and there's 2 floating gears just sort of looking at you. When you look back, and they're just there. They're just floating. They float. They don't, like, move. They don't have to, like, they float in defiance of nature. I love them. Very tiny. I'm guessing we're gonna get scaled up hard gears for the evolutions. In my mind, like, we're gonna see, like, maybe 20, 20, 30, 30, and then, like, a big one. And that's the idea. Yep. 50 and 20. Okay, so this is a lot more of the setting, like, in my mind, where it's like, I expect Clang to exist, right? By the way, Clang down here on my list. Sorry, Clang. Can't believe Trumbeak is down at the bottom, but damn. Uh, but no, like this is like this. We have a metal chimney. We're hanging out on the roof of a house. This is more where I expect Clang to live, which is why I love the Clink out in the wild here. I think this actually we've seen this on different Clink Clangs in the past. The like gear up. Middle evolutions get no respect. They get the least screen time. It's true. Like, if you go back to that list, hi, Quilladin. What are you doing on here, Greedon? That's rude. Greedon didn't deserve that. Anyway. All of your Pokemon that have metal energy take 20 less damage. Okay, and now we have like the full cityscape where Kling Klang is living in. We fully integrated out of nature into the world. And we have the hammer in and the like locked in gears. That's cool. As we've gone up the line, we've gone more and more into the machine, like the look here with these pipes and such in the back. This doesn't say once per, that's true. All your Pokemon that have metal energy take 20 less damage, so if you just put the wall of Kling Klang up. Alright, here's the plan. 4 Kling Klang. Right? So you got 4 of them, right? We got 4 Kling Klangs. Then we put a metal energy on the Conkeldurr. And then we give the Conkeldurr all the fighting energy after the metal energy. It does say opponent's Pokemon. It won't stop the recoil. That's true. Reuniclus is the 6th Pokemon to get these all in position, because that's 5 stage 6, stage 2s. Ooh! I can't hug with my knife hand. This has a sad sort of feel to it, with Pawniard, like, we see this cut leaf, and like the feeling of Pawniard, like sort of like, I'm feeling the story of the Murasame and the Masamune, the sword in the river, right? Like the ultimate blade that can cut anything as the leaves come down and are cut, versus the blade that everything passes by. Like that story of the ultimate sword. That's what I'm thinking here with Pawniard. With the cut leaf. I like that is what I'm feeling here. It dulls blades, it sharpens them on stones by the river if they dull. Ooh. This is a Bisharp who is ready for combat. I would also like to note that this is a Bisharp doing the cool look away from the cut rock as it slides down. Just right in, like, cut it in half and then turn around. And yeah. Yeah, we don't have Kingambit because we're black and white here. That makes sense. Finishing blow. Hits hard if it has a Pokemon with damage. That's cool. Ooh. Gabalion, part of our Musketeers that we have, the Pokemon of Justice. We have, again, fits our legendary setup, though it doesn't have a ramp effect. It has a disrupting on its first attack. If there's a Pokemon tool, it hits for. Okay. This legendary Pokemon battle against humans to protect Pokemon. Its personality is calm and compromised. I like the setting here. Cobalion up in the hills. Cobalion's a Pokemon I think of as having a number of, like, strong, like, different TCG cards over the years. Yo! Genesect, forgot about you, but no, you're here. All right, how you doing? During your turn, you can search your deck for 2 Evolution Steel Pokemon. That's every turn. Oh my god. Okay. Just on your turn, go grab 2 Steel Evolutions. You can't grab the basics, but you can just every turn, not even needing to be in the active, call up the signal. Okay. Probably gonna go well in the golden. Yeah, anything like as a basic that can just set things up like that. That's really real. As a fine attack, 150 and like a little bit of reduction. This doesn't feel like a card you're playing for its attack. And as Genesect is wont to do, we have we're in like a warehouse, almost in. I think we might even be indoor. Yeah, Wall of Gears with this. Put this with the Klinklangs. Oh, I'd forgotten about this one. The song. Genesect's another card that's had some real winners over the years. I can think of the Plasma Genesect and like the Fusion Genesect as well. So. Hector's Cavalier. We are nearing the bottom of our Pokemon. Ooh, but before we get to the bottom, we have one of our few dragons. Not a ton of dragons. We're still early enough where we don't have, like, we're still on, like, a couple a game. We have our legendaries, Axew and Druggadon. I would guess Druggadon's probably on the other side. Search your deck for 2 basic energy ground. Yeah, and yes, Hydreigon. I think of Hydreigon as Dark type, but this is Black and White is the game that I think of as where that stops being true. Where like you don't just have Salamence, you don't just have Dragonite, you don't just have Garchomp, right? So, Gen 5 is where we stop having, like, 1 dragon a game, in my mind. And then we start having it as a much more open type. It helps that, like, we add in Fairy and we, like, as a balancing factor so it isn't, like, the apex. Anyway, this is a good little buddy. I like, our area we're in here. I like the little nice red tiny flowers. This is definitely a buddy who lives up in these mountains. But ooh, Fracture. Again, we see our same setting here. Up in these mountain tops. Hexorus isn't a pseudo? No, I think we're still at a point where it's only 1 a game, so that's the Hydreigon. Must enjoy the wind. Yeah, I like these always feel like almost like wings. I know it's like not like a they're tusks that they grow off. That's an axe, but. Yeah. Alright. Let's take a look, though. Okay. Haxorus. I appreciate the same location look on all three of these. Oh my goodness. Check out Axeblack. Okay, this is really cool. Love our setup here on Haxorus. If your opponent is a basic, crunch. If your opponent is an evolution, also crunch. Like, we got both sides. We got we got axes and we got crosscut. What's the opposite if you're fighting Shiva? Axe kick and one's the circle and one's the getaway. I didn't do savage rating, so it doesn't stick in my mind. But yeah, the main thing you want to be knocking out with this is like a scythe. Thank you. Axe kick, scythe kick. But yeah, this knock out a basic. This is wanting to knock out an EX, obviously. You tear through 230 HP. The big thing I like here is that crosscut. 80 plus 80, that's 160. 160 is enough to keep on 2-hit on a lot of evolutions. It's not fully. We saw 320, I think, when we were looking at Superior. So that would 2-hit Superior. But like, you know, we're at that point where we're on a good cut level. And also, it'll live through one. Yeah, that's cool. It's got to be our only dragon. Yeah, okay. All right. Hey, buddy. Pidove here, just looking at you with that wide eye. Tiny pigeon Pokemon. Yeah, just bird enjoying it, looking at you. Oh, has the scout. It follows its trainer's orders as best it can, but they can sometimes fail to understand complicated commands. Please be nice to them. I like that we're sitting on this nice little stump here. This is a cute little place for Pidove to be hanging out. Ooh. Hi, Tranquil. Tranquil. Hanging out up in the trees now. We got that, like, vulture-esque look. We got our fly, which is a full prevent damage if it hits, and if it misses, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, bird of prey is yeah, fly with the 50-50 dodge. This is like what I expect fly to look like. And then Unpheasant in flight. I like our shot here. Very high up in the skies as we're traveling. Swift flight. So swift flight here doesn't have the failure. On hit, it'll prevent effects and damage. On miss, it'll do 120. Also, draw 4 if you're somehow, you know. Cute bird. Oh. Hi, Audino. Audino's here to help. Everyone punches Audino, and they shouldn't, but Audino's here to help. Audino, basic Pokemon that just lets you draw up. Set up. You're not keeping Audino in the active for long. Retreat 1, so swapping on out there. We are out in the nice fields where you encounter Audino a lot. I like our look, our like outlining on Audino compared to the rest of the world. It has very light blending, and then we have the stark line. The paw, oh, yeah. stream the first playthrough since they had a Dina all the way through. That's cool. Ooh. Yoshino here, sort of like, you know, doing a little tail slapping in the river, having fun, getting a little cleaning off. You know, you can see the nice sparkles. We're a little wet here. Just washing up. They greet one another over in the tails, which are always well kept, well groomed and clean. Is what they're doing here. Nice little creek we're doing that on too. Oh yeah, that's lovely. This is a really great look here. I like we have the flowers must be huge, because like we're near a couple feet on the size here. But I love the look of our kind of like scarf hair and just how we're flowing in the wind. Welcome to the wave. Hits based on bench. You got friends to help out with that. Maybe this is something you use with the Terra caves, or maybe the hop stuff. Both come to mind as normal helpers. The Terra cave gives you more bench size. The hop stuff gives you things to put on the bench. That actually sounds like a stew going on there, honestly. Oh, I'm... Yeah? The look here at Rufflet, the like, this style for our bird, the like, sort of like, water colors of it? Yeah, absolutely. I agree with the song. Like, just... Like, the look here is perfect. And, like, wings up, just like, eh. Cute. Very cute. It's trying to puff up and look big. Let's see what our friend that once they do are big looks like. Bravery. Uh-huh. Again, very stylish. We have a more detail, like similar coloring, because you know we're same artists on this, but like now we have the deep colors on our tail, and our wings are these purples and blues. That's nice. Not a huge effective card here. I'm not like super excited looking at our attacks. I was just like, but that's colorless birds. Being colorless means that you're a lot more. You can go anywhere. That means you're more flexible. Good bird. I'm sorry, one can carry a car? I suppose. I mean, we've seen, like, we know birds in Sword and Shield that carry cars. So. Back to bit of. Alright, are we at trainers? We are trainers. Alright, while we're at trainers, I'm gonna quick step away before we get to the bonus stuff. I want to step away before we get to bonus things so we can go right into them. Alright. This is strong, right? Like this, we've had cards like this throughout our skateboard and things. This is just like, a lot of things go to Zero Retreat with this. And Zero Retreat is a huge. That's something that like, which Pokemon is the cutest to hold seeing a balloon? See holding a balloon. The reprint of Sword Shield base set card? Yeah, okay. See, like, so, I talk about Metagross. Whenever I use a new Metagross in each generation, I try to give them a different setup. But Air Balloon is one of the more common items that Metagross has had over the years. Because I like the idea of, like, a Metagross that's floating slightly off the ground with a balloon rather than just, like, floating. I think it's cute. Drift Bloom is a funny one. You just add another balloon in the balloon. Hey! Okay. Here's our fossil. Fossils work just like this, where it's like you play it as a basic. You can get rid of them if you want. Why is cover fossil H? That is a good thing to point out, Indigo Bluebird. That's funny. It's the only one that's weird. Okay. Huh. Anyway, you need to have these in play to be able to get up to, Tortuga, Carcosa. Energy coin. Flip 2 coins. If both are heads, get a basic energy. Okay. This is... Look, you are betting long odds on this one. You know, I'm, you know... Fairy energy erasure. Yeah. Though, if we're in black-white, I think it's okay to not have it. We're before it, right? But yeah, if both are heads, so you need your 25. I'm thinking of like Crushing Hammer, which you play on a 50-50. Fennel. Here, oh, alright. Musharna grabs 4 of these if you want a pile of Professor Fennels. This is not a professor's research, this is a different research, don't worry about that. Sure, heal the squad. Is your supporter, but can heal like 240 for a card. That's why you're like in your long term. This could get things going. N's plan. Okay, so this is N with our. We don't have our cube. This is our. Like Black White 2, but we're standing on the tower here as we're grabbing like Reshiram Zekrom timing. I'm thinking a little cube thing, right? End's plan of transferring energy around. This can make sense for things that like. There are decks where you need to have, like, the energy going down, but this can absolutely be, like, a card that all of a sudden makes an attack come out of nowhere, going from 0 to 3. If you have something that, like, self-charges. Yeah, because, like, the cube is the Black-White 1, but, like, the stance here makes me think of the moment in Black-White 1 where we first get Zekrom or Reshiram. I like N a lot. N's a cool character to me. I like the little quirk of talking faster than everyone else. I like the team building. Do you always have the penalty? Okay, I'm thinking of the little cube, which would be from 1. Anyway. Pokegear 3.0. I think this is a reprint, right? Like, this seems like a card I recall. Grab a supporter, sure. Oh, speaking of professors and their research, welcome. This is still on G, huh? Okay. So Professor's Research is our Professor Oak. All the professors are this, like all the main professors do this. You know, Sycamore does this as well. That's their, like, this is the name, and that's like the professor line. The fact that this is on G tells me I think they're looking on rotation if this is not, like, meant to be sticking around here. Interesting. One of the cards I think of as a defining piece of Pokemon is the ability to have Professor's Research in your deck. Just the card draw and speed it provides. And the way that, like, we rebalanced it to be a supporter from, like, Oak in the old days. Last card. Oh, last card. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it makes colorless energy. If it's attached to a basic, it's any type of energy. Okay. So this is our full multicolor rainbow energy, but only on basics. Okay. And it still works on anything else. Okay. So I've got to talk to you about this set, Black Bolt and White Flare. As we've seen, this is a black and white, like, very heavy set where we're focusing on black and white Gen 5. And at this stage, this is where I would start showing you the, like, dozen or so alt arts that, like, some of our favorite Pokemon might have, and we maybe see, like, a Electros and, like, a Tympole and, like, bits like that. What if everyone has one? So we have a full art for every Pokemon in the set. we get to have our excellent, really exciting, cool full arts for everybody. I'm so excited for this. I've only seen a few of these as this set was shown off, but there's, you know, we had what 75 Pokemon or so, 70 Pokemon. We're here for full arts on everyone, so please enjoy our full art Snivy. I like, this is a much different look on our Snivy. This is more what I feel Snivy looks like a lot more. This is our more autumn-timed Snivy. Hanging out in the path, just sort of like existing, feeling, being here. Chunky is a good way to put it. The, like, lining on this and the way that, like, even the brush have like these big outlines. I like the color palette that kind of matches Snivy. If you take a look, we have our greens, and then we have our greens, we have our oranges, and we have our oranges and yellows, and we have our belly, and then that matches the path. And so we kind of are matching the world with Snivy, and Snivy in the world. So, that's cute. Fun fact, Black and White is the most new Pokemon of any generation. Yeah, this was because because Black and White was designed and played as its own title until you hit post-game. All the Pokemon you encountered in Black and White until you finished the game were from Black and White. That was the setup of the game, so there were enough Pokemon to fill out the full game. I think that's really cool. It makes it a unique generation. Ooh, now here's a very different feeling Servine. Our full art Servine has the feel of much more blending. Funnily enough, like, not as matching on the colors, but still blending. But like a much lighter touch on the lining here. Uh, much more full world on these full arts. We see a lot of pieces of like this, you know, where we have this tree with the mushrooms, we've got the little flowering and these little ponds. It's very nice. I don't think we're going to get Superior because EXs are probably in their own category. So keep your eyes out for Superior later. Oh, look at how many of them there are. We got a buddy playing, we got a buddy watching, and then we got like this little like happy mouth one back here. Ooh, yeah, that's cute. Yeah, they are loving it. We got this, you know, the light coming through right here, hanging out. Inescapable apes. What happens to Pansage when we evolve, though? what Simisage, what you doing? This is the cooler Simisage. Anime ending Simisage. Giving you the thumbs up in the sunset. I like the playground here. This is really cute. We got the little horse thing over here. We got the umbrella swing. Is that a Swana boat? Oh my god, you're right. Oh, I can see the blue on it. I thought this was no. This is okay. That's actually really cool. That's like a lake over here, and we got to cross the Swana boat. The bench. This is really cool. Petlil. Petlil stands out a lot more in this home garden here, but you can see all the like wild types of flowers here in on the trellis. That's very cute. If you're out here, look, this is just all the smooch leaf. I like the trellis and the thing. Hey, we got a Pokeball stone. This is how you know that this is Petlil's setup. Oh, the family out here with Lilligant. All the little ones out here celebrating out in the... This is our flowery field we kind of saw from before. Different angle of the idea here. And we can see Lilligant, but still with the same feeling of like this happy flower petals flying around everywhere, sun shining. So bright on this. Just really bright. Everyone getting a full art is so cool for this set, because it means, like, you know, all of your favorites from Black and White have their own cool full art to explore. Yeah? Just out here. We got these flowering cacti, much different from our berry shape, our berry shop, from our first Maractus. Yeah. This one's also its own, like, own style here. It's cute. Ah! You can feel the sadness in the rain. The Carablast at the lowest, just yelling out on the dock here. Yeah, this is mid-hension, right at Carablast's lowest point, out on the docks. I love the setting for this. This is great. Just the I won't let you get away with this. That's good. I like the crackling on it too. You can feel it coming off. Can't wait till we get our full art. It's gonna be a while for our Escavalier. Ooh. Look at all the different mushroom types hanging out around Fungus here. Fungus seems just so, like, relaxed at home. This is Fungus house. You know, we're out here in the hollows of this little tree. We got all the growing shrooms. Yeah, just this is Fungus at their best. Absolutely flourishing. This is so good. They're just like kind of scooping their way through, just hiding the Amoonguss. The one squad that looks up's like, huh? What? That's a good like style here, getting the full squad of Amoonguss. Oh, Darumaka is relaxing. This is like, we saw the big stepping on Darumaka. This is incredibly good. This is again like the Daruma doll sitting on a shelf sort of thing that the Darumaka is designed after. I like the pillow. It's got a nice cushion, you know, and a beach ball. Ah, there we go. It falls asleep. Durban here, not in a desert. We have a much more jungle. Okay, hold on. This buddy in the background is great. I like the just spilled berries everywhere. We're just flying. Ah! Yeah, we're rowdy. We're waking up. We're making it happen. What a good, a big full art here. I like to drop berries everywhere. That's cute. Ooh, this is such a different... So, Larvesta before had the very, like, stark, lonely twilight of the world sort of thing going on here. We have a very different twilight here, where, like, we can still see Larvesta, you know, much more alive. The river flowing, the volcano smoking, the clouds moving, some leaves blowing. And our center Larvesta here. It's cute. I like the shading as well. Having our like orange to put our Larvesta in. This is beautiful. The Volcarona, like, you know, where we are in the snow, but Volcarona is not. Volcarona is like, what snowstorm? The world, the sun radiates out from the Volcarona here. It looks so, yeah, so fluffy. But I love this is the light in the dark world. We have this dark snowstorm in the woods, but you can still see the life around Volcarona here. The light given off the flowers down here, the like just its own little world around it. That's so good. We got Relaxo Panpour. Just look, I had a berry and I'm chilling. I'm just big chilling. I had one bite of berry and now it's time to go to sleep. Okay. I like the purples on the top here. Pinks? Oh, wow. Simipour just hanging off the side here. We're having a nice, relaxing day on the river here on the lake. We got like a, you know, plaid shirt looks like over here. But, yeah, just hanging. These monkeys do love hanging, and this is a little, again, like we have our human society element that Simipour fits on. That's good. Oh, I love it. Like, we just have this, you know, flowing into each other, and Timple's just the most, like, trying to relax out here, trying to have a quiet time, and the world is very quiet. There's almost no movement. Yeah, has their headphones on. But, like, there's the only movement in this entire thing is the water flow, and it's very, like, steady. These flowers are straight still. Everything around here. So this is the most relaxed temple. The vibes are low, dim, controlled. We wave splashing. We're making now. Palpitoad's making the noise. We're out here in the storm, making the big splash out there, as we can see a lot more action as the rain's coming down. But we're hopping, we're flopping, we're splashing. Oh. This is a really cute one. The different circles and waves of the world kind of coming out of everything around Seismitoad. We had the vibrations coming out of Seismitoad before, but these are like the world vibrating back at Seismitoad. You can see different movements, different things, different centers. Seismitoad is just out here having a roarous laugh. Yeah, this is a very colorful style. It's great. Ooh, Tortuga on a deep exploration. We're going through the ancient. So before we had the seaweed on the low, Tortuga moving like this, and like the seaweed that had been there for a long time. Whereas Tortuga here is visiting these ancient underwater, these flooded ruins we're seeing from who knows as long ago, as the different kind of ancient. The light coming down as we're going through. This is good. I like the very determined look too. very bright center of frame on our underwater Caracosta here. Our previous one, who was on the beach, was a little more menacing. This one's less menacing and more exploratory. Still very large, still very like an imposing Caracosta, but like the nice lighting on the area, I think, changes the vibe a little bit. Still very mighty, but very cool. Oh, this looks like we're floating like near the. We can see. Oh, we can see like a broken wheel down here, and like some flags in the back here. You can see a lot of pieces in the distance on Alomomola. Very gentle is a good word. Very has that definitely radiating out of Alomomola. Yeah. Oh. Directly looking at the camera. It's absolutely snotted up. A very different. So this has a similar. Those underwater ruins from Black and White on the. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. I clicked off. These ruins have got to be the East Coast ones, right? The ones off the east side of the world. The beach. Whose name I forget, but Cynthia's house is there. But same with like this here, even with the underwater broken wheel and these ruins. But no, what I was gonna say about Cubchoo here is that Cubchoo, this has a similar feeling to the other Cubchoo, but a very different take on it. Where like we had the moon in that one, and like the very like the spiky details, whereas this is like Cubchoo out on the floating ice. Again, it super outlines on there, Cubchoo, whereas everything else is none. I adore this. Beartic out like, you know, like almost a photo shot of a Beartic out on a glacier or on a, you know, floating ice. This is the feeling I get here, like somebody like specifically caught this angle and got Beartic looking out over the ice. That's great. We have a lot of like frozen area in like the northeast to work with, so. Oh, speaking of like deep frozen areas, Cryogonal here with the you know, tears, but also the like the way that the world is so huge and Cryogonal is its own little piece of it. Love the like heavy details on like this river flowing through the icy mountains, the way the snow is blowing, and you can see the tears kind of floating around. Lovely motion, lovely like framing? I think framing is the word I'm looking for, with like, again, a lot of these distinct features all over the place. Ah! Yeah! That's a Bolga. They're coming down. They're just, they're coming down and having a real happy one. They're making a, like, Emolga Pog, you know? They'd love to see a happy Emolga. Oh my goodness. Dynamo here is like, oh, what's the feeling I'm getting? Like sort of a Link's Awakening? Like I don't know, like this like here's this very, very pretty cave. We got the water flowing and very center Dynamo. Link's Awakening, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like Link's Awakening Switch look. Like you would go in a cave and find Dynamo just sitting in the cave, and then you go out. Ooh, now Electric here. I like this direct line here. We have this very dark, like, crevice that, like, Electric sort of is living in, and then we have the rest of the world kind of like sparking out. We don't have the sparks coming off of Electric here. We don't have the lightning coming off like we did before, but you can still feel kind of the aura, the power that circulates around Electric with this look here. Yeah, this is like our reprint, effectively, of Electric from before, which I think is cute. Powerful. Again, like, multi-energy is a big thing to work with. Yeah, okay. Electros hanging out off the like side of the ocean here. Still has a similar pose with the like hand up like that. But you can kind of feel the power coming through like this little waterfall that it's like filtering. Yeah. God, there's so many of these. It's so great. Oh my goodness. Muna's here to provide good dreams to all Pidove. Always remember Electros with packets black lights probably makes it seem very big, and that's not. I love this. This is, we have the very crescent moon, Muna handing out our dreams to our nice sleepy Pidove. The sky having this nice pink purple tint to it as we're nearing the end of the day. Thanks, Muna. Now this is just like, this is exactly what the image in my mind of like entering that cove and having Musharna in it is. The radiating fireflies in the cove, Musharna sleeping, and just like, it feels like you shouldn't interrupt. It feels like this is a moment you need to like observe but not interfere with. Musharna's just having a lovely dreams. Almost got like a Celebi feel to me. Oh! Yeah! This is perfect. A+. No notes. Just Solstice in the field. Hey. Just a tiny orb. There's a little orb. You encounter a tiny orb in a field. That goes, ah. Just come in. Yeah. Ooh, now we go on a completely different look. We see, Josian, like, you know, we were floating in the river. We can see kind of like the movement and, I don't know, I think the rapids are kind of what I'm expecting here to match up with our splitting. Very different, very cool. Though? Huh. Okay. Alright. Keep your secrets. we'll just let LGM out in this really colorful desert. Now this is like you know, we see on a lot of these cards with the like, especially with the like the Sandile's great and the Drumitin and such with like the look of the desert, but having the like really deep colors that can come out in the desert here is really cool too. Ooh! Where are we here? We saw, like, the BEM earlier was very ominous. This is like BEM in like a... I don't know, I have the feeling of like we're in, rather than being in Unova, we're in, the GameCube games. Gale of Darkness. Sort of like more industrial desert feeling. Ore? I think it's just ore. Ore. I like the look of the building here with this like sort of lantern off it, and we've got all these posters at the door. The BEM is here, you know. Oh, we just don't have reunions as Altart up here. Okay, well, we'll have to go search that one after. That'll be fine. Again, we knew things weren't going to be perfect. That's all right. However, speaking of things that are perfect, things that are lovely, things that are the best. Gullet out in the ruins, carrying a rock. Is that like a... Gullet, where did you find that? It's like... Took it out of the set for a promo. Okay, so it'll be in its own grouping. That makes sense. I think on PTCGL, that would be like in the bundles we'd have to go find. There's a dice, though. Is that like a D10? Oh, it's not even on PTCG Live either. Okay. I've got it. I'll pull it up here. Let me close this for just a second. There it is. Out in the snow, out in the, like, out with the family, out with all the buddies, out with all the friends. We're all out here exploring together. Look how happy everybody is. Good. Yeah, promo, you can see down here. Alright, where were we? Gullet? Gullet. We were on Gullet. Gullet had found a large dice. Good for Gullet. This is like, Golurk has spotted you. And like, you probably should like back up. Like, just be nice. You've been noticed. You know, you have been encountered in the tall grass. You did not encounter Golurk in the tall grass. Breath of the Wild ominous music starts. Yeah. It's big. I love Golurk Hammer. That's such a great, like, its own large attack. They jumping. Yeah, no, it's fine. They have noticed you. It's not a bad thing. It's just like a, you know, hello. You just gotta respect. The way this music is going down in octaves, by the way, is very Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest Dungeon does this. Where it's the same music, but it goes like deeper and deeper as we go deeper. Anyway, Drillbur, I love Drillbur hopping in and out of holes, doing the sandworm thing. Gonna jump right in this one and like make a game out of it. Oh, this rules. Like, all right, yeah, move the crane over here. Yeah, no, move it back, move it back. We got the guy in the back with the helmet kind of waving it on. Timber's yelling, and, like, okay, you're moving forward now. Like, that's, yeah. Thank you, Timber. We appreciate it. There's also, we have the plane, you know? But I like seeing our building and Timber helping out in the construction bits. It's good. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Two girders walking by each other at work, just like nodding, like, yeah, yeah. They don't wear helmets. I think it must be fine if they don't wear helmets. Yeah, we got the poster down here. They have I guess they have their helmet right here. Girder, you gotta put it on your helmet. Got a bottle of water. We got spotlights. We got caution cones. Hey, here's another deeper and deeper into the cave. All right. Yeah, because we have a like. Ooh, sorry. We have a Conkeldurr down here. And we have the Conkeldurr. Yeah, the foreman. You can see a Timber here and a Girder here, and they're working and building up. We got the whole city is being built up by these three, and it's great. Very thoughtful. Very proud, yeah. Proud to see like how far things have come. Ooh, we got Throw out in the doing practice out in the bamboo woods. It was a lot more active. Our Throw before was a lot more controlled, focused. Not relaxing, but like sitting, meditating. Whereas here we have like our actively training Throw. Looks like you're about to get thrown, by the way, point of view. Like point of view, you're about to take, 90 damage. Yeah. Just look at that expression. I don't really have to say much other than, like, look at that expression. Dwebble just sort of, like, finding themselves in the bottle here, just like, oh! So cute. Yeah. Thinking about another crab's treasure. I'm so happy looking at this very determined Crustle. Crustle is helping. All the Dwebble will be able to cross thanks to the determined Crustle, who is able to carry them across. Thank you, Crustle. I like them like helping and like kind of grab it up and crossing. It's so cute. What a good, very active, and especially like, having our Crustle's, center frame here. That's so good. Okay, alright, buddy, Landorus, you already had, like... You're going Super Saiyan 2 here, you know? Like... like, this is... Landorus, like, again, arms crossed, like, if you see Landorus out in the world like this, you leave. And Landorus will never log off. Just the incredible power of the Earth growing and crackling around Landorus here, as we're continuing to do our like, mech pose. Ooh, Venipede. Venipede walking through the forest. What will they do? Just sort of like, you know, kind of relaxed, keeping an eye out. They'll poison. Yeah, that's right. If you figured it out, they will poison spray. But like, I you know. They're keeping an eye out. Whirlpeed Racers! Yes! The Whirlpeed Racers! You see them zooming through the woods and you know, you don't interfere. I love the speed that we're moving at here. You can see the clouds and the trees, you know, blurring as the trio of Whirlipedes make their move. Whirlipedes, just they're going. Love to see them rolling, especially because the one in the set is very like in a hollowed out tree and has a really great art too, but like just very living at home. And this Scolipede is the ruler of the woods. Challenge them at your own peril. But you can they make the rules. They have the last say in things here, and you know, you can see it in their eyes. Scolipede has 2 health bars. Yeah. It does look like this had like a you know, yeah, like an acid carve out on this tree for their home. That's cool. We have so many full arts. God, we have so many full arts. Oh! So, on the other Sandal, we had that really great look at Sandal under the sand. We could see the sun rays coming down. This is, you know, the similar idea where we're seeing Sandal under the sand, but we see a much more, like, real world, like this one, like, floating. This one just floating like this. I love them. Oh, God. But yeah, like, if we... I'm not going to that. I want to go back just for comparison. It's like, Sandal. Same here where we had the under the sand, but, with the different style here. Don't mind me. Scolipede. I love that we get multiple of them in the background here. That's really cute. The Crocorock who makes all the rules. Listen up, buddies. Yeah. the sun. They look like you walk along until one pops up as a random encounter. This is pretending to be the boss without being the boss. Like, now all the Sandals are beneath me, but forgetting the crocodile who is king. The sign? The, like, rusted up truck out here. Oh. I love the crossing sign. Left-hand drive. We have a lot of talk about automobiles in the flavor text on these, I guess, Unova. Like, because, like, we talk about, like, Unpheasant who could carry a car, or, like, this, Crocodile here mentions crush the body of an automobile. This is a cool one, though. I like the wrecked car that we're standing on. But this is the way up north, Castilia. Gotta be careful. Escavalier, after having gotten revenge from the Henshin before, is able to relax for just a moment in the moonlight? I think that's the moon. The moonlight. Yeah, the very, like, orange moon, but it's very full. Much more relaxed than the Escavalier we saw before. Very action. And also, like, with the, like, the Carablast who had lost their best friend. Gears. We're teaching Clink. Clink having an existential great. Got so many gears going on here. This is like a Clink Clang with like 10 more gears on it. That's too many. Clink is gonna stay at 2. That's the number that makes sense. Ooh, this is this worn down industrial area here. You can see the broken off stairs, the vines growing, and Clang also just sort of living, thriving out here. Dilapidated's a great word for it, yeah. Yes! Oh! Uh-huh. We got a Yukimori Cling Clang. Got the living out in the world. 4-year-old, I'm putting it in my mouth. Like the physical, like, ring and like the gears matching up. You can see the pieces interlocking. Oh, they're so great. Love. I'm always happy. I have in Pokemon TCG Pocket, I have an album that's just every Yukimori a card, and every time I get a new one, I put it in the album. We get usually one a set. A full art, so cool. Ooh, okay. Now, we had the contemplative Poniard before, like looking at the leaf. This is the Poniard who is, like, you know, fixing... They've sharpened this to a perfect sheen now. You know, you can see the cuts on the boulder, but we now have the perfect knife. We got a lot of cuts all over the place here, here. Yeah. Ooh. The two Bisharps battle as all the Poniards look on to see who's going to be taking on leadership here. The crowd. We can see these down here and here. Oh, that's such a cool, like, you know, we have the showdown. Is this going to be decided by one move? He leads a group of Poniard. If battles become the boss, will driven the group if it loses. It's true. One shot, whoever's ever act shatters. I'll have to leave. I love all the Poniards watching. That's good. Now, this is a resolute Cobalion. This is a Cobalion who's watching the Aurora, watching over the Pokemon. Lovely. Just out on the mountaintops. Again, everyone gets a full art. I'm not going to be able to get through White Flare today, am I? No. We'll find a spot for White Flare. It can't be today. If I started White Flare today, we'd be going till 2 a.m. I know it. That's fine. Anyway, let's not think about that. Let's think about Axew. Yeah, okay. I'm glad I thought about Axew. That's been good here. This is just a nice, you know, like, yeah. Sort of waiting me up. That's like cut here, and we're up on the top of this hill. This gives us a good size for Axew. I like that. Oh! This is such a cool fracture. See the different steps, and we can see what someday to become. I'm glad I mentioned the size on our Axew here versus our size here, because that's definitely one of our big pieces. We see our tiny steps, our medium steps, and someday Fracture will be able to walk in the steps of the Haxorus ahead. Haxorus here, the mine is on strike. Haxorus has decided we are on strike today. Nothing is moving through here without Haxorus' say. We need to renegotiate with the Haxorus Union. I think everything will be fine past that. I like that we have this, the specific of having this train, you know, minecart sort of train rail going through here. Pretty large. Got the big step, so. One has noticed. Everyone else is sleeping, but one has noticed. There's so many of them. Love this little group shot of all, like, a dozen or so. Not quite, 10 of them. Very cute. Oh, very sleepy. I like the two in the corner that are leaning on each other. And the one that's looking at you. Ooh! Caw! 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 Alright. Got the two tranquil here. Having a heated discussion. Trying to make themselves both look big. One of these has lost the flip. This is adorable. This is one of the most adorable. Seem to be enjoying themselves. Like I said, it's heated. It's not like an argument. It's the. These two are just active. They are going. But this is just. The leaves on here, like, so the leaves on the top right make it look like we're seeing something secret, something like behind a veil that we wouldn't normally get a view into, you know? The very pretty bird smooching on the forehead here. Just lovely. The nest. Good for these two. Oh. Uh-huh. The crochet Audino with like the little. We got this tiny bridge. Little flowers. Would watch this children's show. Oh. Little felt stump. This is so much. Oh my goodness. We get to. There are a lot of reasons I go through these, and I get to go ooh and ah at all our fun art. Things like this are the and the Unpheasant. This back to back, I think, is a great showing of the different styles that both give off like incredibly strong emotion in very different ways. To see Audino like this, like real sitting on the stump, I think is great. Yeah, I every time I do this, I think like, you know, how much of this is just me oohing on over card art, and then but no, yes, I'm here to do that. That's what Sly on the Corner is here to do for you. We're here to enjoy a bunch of Pokemon art. We're here to enjoy Encino having a very relaxing time out at the fountain in autumn, you know, saying hi. The tail wag is the like saying hello. What a lovely park we have here. We got these really nice, you know, benches. We got this nice fountain. Yeah. Leaves flying everywhere. Oh, that is like regal. That is the elder Cincino here. At home having a coffee, just sitting in the window reading a book, looking just fabulous. The like very muted color palette is really great here, I think, with the way that the white on the way that like we're not like we're kind of blended into the house, sort of. Gives you a vibe that you chat with. This is your friend who just has the most lovely scarf. Rufflet. We got all the berries hiding in the nest. It's fine. We're chilling. Look at the look that Rufflet's giving you. Like, a little confused. Slightly confused. But I ate all the berry. Where's the berries? I chomped them all. See? What do you mean? Where'd the berry go? I didn't eat the berries. What berries? Whew! Yeah, okay. Talking about the Cincino and how the kind of whites blended in, the Bravari here, like having these like jumping out colors to everything else is really nice. I also love our style on the kind of like rough waterfall and the way that we how do I put it, like stand out against this like stone setup. That's very cool. I think we're getting near the end of the Pokemon, though. Alright. We're not done yet, though. There's two more that aren't in the set because they were made into promos as well. Thundurus and Victini. I noticed Thundurus because I thought Thundurus came before Landorus. Victini I didn't notice. We have... No, not you. Yeah, the Reunion +1. Ah, okay. That's fine. Oh, I broke something. Hold on. I'll go find those afterwards, dear. Oh, yeah, if you've got the... Yep. Okay. Thundurus commanding the lightning. This is leading the storm. Oh, you are absolutely demolished here. Like, if Thundurus has set their eyes on you in this way. Yeah, okay. I like that. Like, we're already, like, flinging lightning, like, you know, down, but we're also getting ready for a big old punch. Alright, Victini? Yeah? What's up? Like, Victini, just going, hey. Like, oh, how's it going? You got up here at the top of this, like, hill. You can see we kind of climbed up, and we're looking over. That's great. Yeah, yeah, they are. Alright. We have these are our second EXs. We have these in every set, the ones that have these, like, specific outlines. These are kind of our, I won't call them our regular, because they're our secondary. But, like, we have them in every set. Yeah, Kyurem, our Zekrom, with the voltage. Hey, Meloetta. Again, with our, like, measure flying out there. Exadrill stanced up, ready to go. We got the, like, colored void. Then here we got the, like, hex void spiraling in for Genesect. Alright. Ah, yeah, full art fennel. Yeah. Much more relaxing at home, fennel. We had fennel in the lab before. Here you have a closer look at the pendant. And End's plan, we're still in the ruins where we meet one of the, either Reshiram or Zekrom. I think this is effectively the same shot, but like a different angle. Alright, and then... Oh! Okay, we still have our special arts for all our EXs here. We haven't we gotta pass through here. The sun just breaking through on this regal superior. Again, like the look here, we're almost looking like sort of in secret from behind these, but we've been noticed as superiors going through the woods. I like the art on this one. I like this one. Ooh. So here we have Kyurem in the cave. Kind of like frozen, like the big frozen cave from the end of Black 2, White 2. I like the freezing kind of beard-esque bits here that we've been frozen here for a while. That's good. Ooh. This is not an angle I expect from Zekrom. Because this is like Zekrom descending from the heavens. Like, the look on this, we have a much, like, I think of Zekrom as much more stationary, if I go to, like, this look here, you know, is a Zekrom look. But, like, this is like a flying down, like a landing down on the top of this, pillar. You can see the charge up on the engine piece in the back. I not usually how I expect to see a Zekrom, so I like it a lot. And I like the, like, you know, mountaintop, you know, final boss look here. Climb up Zekrom's tower. Ooh, okay. Uh-huh. We have our, you know, performing out in the wilds here. Meloetta set up for performance. I have not noticed the little note dot. Just the lighting on this, giving that little note dot on the staff. Because, like, Meloetta's got the staff and the notes and the headset. That's cute. We've seen so many action Exadrills. And even action Drillburs. Here we just have, like, Exadrill thinking. Exadrill's like, you know, okay, alright. Where next? I don't know. Exadrill doesn't always have to be active. Exadrill can take some time and just sort of chill. Yeah, the hole's been dug. You can see it. Now this is a stance Genesect, and this is like the lab we're breaking out of. Like, this is a nice angle on it too. Seeing Genesect, this big cannon, like, yeah, the way it looks like we're sort of hiding in a corner. Like, I ain't going out there. Like, no thank you. Like, SAX Genesect is stalking the halls. I ain't gonna mess. I think Genesect's a pretty cool card. Very specific deck, but very cool card. Alright. Do we have a supporter? Oh, goodness. The Ferris wheel in the back, the, like, lighting on N as N is... Oh, this is... Yeah, uh-huh. The other two ends were N at the top of the Dragon Tower as we're meeting Reshiram and Zekrom. But, like, this being, like, our conversation and our day with N at the park, you know, where he tells us about being the king of Team Plasma with that Ferris wheel in the background. Sort of thinking, yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. I'm not sure that N's plan is okay. N's plan I don't think can be as meaningful a card as N the trainer, the supporter was, but that's because N the supporter is like an unreal design that like we still feel today. Oh. Huh. The like hatched art here where we're like we're seeing the 3D model like you're looking at a Victini through a Virtual Boy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, and was even better Iono, and Iono's one of the best. Like, similar printings ages ago. Ooh, okay, and then we have Zekrom, but through this as well. I assume the foiling on this is missing from our look here, so that's something to keep an eye out for. Okay. So that's the halfway point. I don't know that, like, now is a good time to do the full waypoint. You know? Because we still have White Flare, and you can see, like, you know, we've got a lot of friends down here to go through. I think that means that White Flare gets split off into its own time. If I started it now, I think we'd end at like 1:32 a.m. And so, I don't think we're going to do that. Let me move this over here for a moment. So, yeah, we'll split it. Maybe we can fit it in tomorrow? I'm not certain on that, but like, that's the most possible time I can think we can get it going. So anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be it for now, I think. Yeah, I can go ahead and grab the promos ahead of time for all of our friends here, and you can see we got a lot of friends going on here, and we got the other half of Black and White. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and leave it off here for today. I'll try and fit this in. So tomorrow I'm gonna be on Arcade Pit. So that's the stream plan for tomorrow. I'm also going to be over on Gnomebitten's channel. We're going to be doing some Vintage Cube. So a lot of stream stuff already going on tomorrow. So I'm not certain that this will fit in tomorrow. We'll see. White might have to find its own place in the day. So, but yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had a fun time. If you want to catch more, you can always follow, see when you're live. Subscribe, you get the cool skulls and slimes. But I just hope you're having a good time joining for all these cool Pokemon arts. I love going through these, and I hope you enjoy going through them too. Anyway, I'm going to send you over to Ty. Ty's got a marathon going. Ty's looking through the 50 worst games to ever games. They're on a wheel. They keep flipping up. So head on over there. Hope you enjoy. So thank y'all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.